Good afternoon, everybody. So recently I saw my best friend post her journey for Scentsy online, and it really inspired me to make a video to post for you guys. A lot of you know me as LuLaRoe, Ashley Samuels. You're part of my group. You might buy some items from me, but how many of you actually know me as a person, as someone behind the computer screen? I want you to know why I do what I do and why I love what I do. So I purchased from LuLaRoe long before I was ever a consultant, and I got roped into it by my good friend Amanda, who was like, hey, you gotta try these pants, they're buttery soft. And first thing I thought was, that is too much money to pay for clothes. Because I have the same pair of jeans that I've had for like 5 years, and no matter how much I weigh, I will still fit my booty into them. It was just nothing that I really ever spent a lot of money on. I never really found clothes that fit my body style very well or made me feel very confident in what I was wearing. And she's like, you just gotta try them, you'll love them, right? What everybody tells you. So I was like, all right. So I'm in this party and I'm watching everyone's excitement and they're going crazy over these clothes. And I'm like, but they're just clothes. And I didn't end up buying anything from that party, but what I did do was join other groups, and I started following all these people and what they were saying and what they were posting. And you have to remember that back then, there were less than 1,500 consultants. There were only so many groups. That group, How We Row, I think didn't even have 1,000 members back then, and now they're at like 30,000. So yeah, it was a smaller culture back then, and it wasn't very well known. So I finally decided, without attending an in-home or doing anything, to bite the bullet, I'm just gonna buy one. So I found a really nice lady online, purchased an Irma and a pair of leggings from her. So they come in the mail, and the Irma's way too big, and I'm like, what is this? But I love the cut. I loved how it covered my rear end and that it was longer and tighter in the arms, but the leggings, they were amazing. I put them on and did not want to take them off my body. In that moment, I was hooked. So I continued to buy more leggings and buy more clothes, and then I'd venture out and buy different styles, but I had never still been to an in-home pop-up. I was just buying online. So I'd get some pieces and I'd get frustrated because they wouldn't fit, and then I'd be like, oh, it's too much of a hassle to return them. So I'd hoard them and hang on to them. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy anymore. But the prints that would come out, they'd be so amazing, and they were always changing. So it'd hook, line, and sink you and bring you back in. And then I went to my first in-home where I live. And I didn't know the lady, but I saw the posting advertisement for it, and I was like, it's not too far from my house. I'm gonna run down there. So I went, and I was able to see all these clothes just lined up and in bins, and you gotta touch them all and you gotta feel them all, and you got to try them on and find out what your actual size was. And when I fit in sizes that were way smaller than my normal clothes size, I'm pretty sure that's when I was sold altogether. I've never been a person with really good self-confidence. I've never felt very comfortable in my own skin. I've always had image issues, and I was finally in something that had a small size on the tag and made me look amazing. So I got my first Nicole, and when I put it on, my husband was like, you look good. You need to buy more of those dresses. And to get that response, my husband's very good about telling me I'm beautiful, and he loves me, and I could weigh 3 million pounds and he'd still love me. But not that I don't appreciate him saying it, but after a while, I personally start to think in my head, well, he just says it because he's my husband and he has to. But to see the expression on his face and the look when I had on that dress, I was like, he wants this, right? And that's how the clothes make you feel. It builds your self-confidence so you feel better about yourself. And so I was sold. I then eventually ended up, I would say it was around the $4,000 mark of self-investment in LuLaRoe clothing, when I was like, I should probably sell these instead of buying so many of them. But it wasn't just that. It was the culture. It was the women that I was meeting and talking with. with LuLaRoe, the friendships, how they support each other, that the company is all about loving yourself and loving each other and being kind and spreading love. And everything they stand for is something that I personally stand for. So I was like, why the heck not? This sounds like a great idea. And I do understand with the company, sometimes for those of us who are maybe more familiar with direct sales companies and the, $99 startup costs, when you first learn about what it takes to start up with LuLaRoe, it can kind of be like, whoo, like sticker shock. But you have to understand why that is too, though. One, it's the amazing product that you're getting, and two, that you actually have to keep an inventory on hand. There's not a catalog. And three, because they want you to be successful and they want you to be serious and to know that this is a business. And for actually starting your own business, the fee is really low. Believe me when I say I have been there before looking into startup fees of small businesses, and you're talking about taking out a personal loan of thousands upon thousands of dollars for other businesses. So for this, it's very reasonable. And you make the money back insanely quickly. So anyway, so I signed up, and you might still say, well, why? Was it just the clothes? And no, it wasn't. My husband's military, he has been for quite some time, and with that, we move a lot, and I think this last move was the hardest for me. I had to leave a job. I was an office manager for about 5 years at the same place, and I built relationships with all those people. I loved them like they were my own family. And when it came time to leave, it was almost like, I'm going to divorce you, I'm not going. I was very sad. I've been very independent, moved out when I was really young, always had to support myself. So to actually leave my job was really difficult for me. So, of course, I love my husband, so we didn't divorce, and I ended up moving with him. But when we got to Alaska, I kind of fell into a depression. It was really hard for me to be so far away from all my friends and all my family and my job, and almost feeling worthless at the time. I can't do anything. I don't want to leave the house. My daughter had just started school, so now she's gone, and I gained weight, and all those things that happen when you're not in the best place. And so I did get a job, of which I'm at right now. I'm an operations manager for a high-rise building in Midtown Anchorage. Great job, right? Wonderful title. And it is, and it's done a lot for me and my family. But that time's going to come again when we have to PCS, move, when we have to move again, which is going to come sooner than later. And when that time comes, this job can't go with me. So when I was thinking about LuLaRoe, that was one of the things that really stuck out for me. Not only is it a home-based business and you could work from home if you really want to, but you can take it with you no matter where you go. I can sell from Alaska, I can sell from Arizona, I can sell from Tennessee, shout out Amanda. I can sell anywhere, it doesn't matter. And to know that I have that income coming in during whatever time it may be, during a move when you need more money, or maybe for when my husband gets out of the military and he hasn't found what he wants to do yet, I will always have that income coming in. Gosh, that gives you such a sense of relief. I feel like I'm contributing to my family's future. I don't know if you'll be able to see. This is my amazing family, my crazy husband, my little daughter. That's a terrible reflection. Obviously, I still have Facebook up on my computer screen. See if I can put that down and get a darker screen. Better picture. My husband, my amazing daughter, Michaela. They're why I do it. They're my family. I love them. I want to make sure to provide a wonderful future, not only for my daughter, but for my family. We struggled growing up, and I don't want that to happen for my daughter or for our family. And Deanne and Mark with LuLaRoe, they're making it possible for anybody who has the desire and the motivation and the willpower to own their own business, to support their loved ones. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a scam. I put in the time, I work the business, the clothes sell, and I make a paycheck. I make more doing LuLaRoe than I do at my full-time day job. The only reason I haven't left my full-time day job, 2 reasons. One, I don't want to do it to my boss. He seriously told me he'd cry if I left. 2, I'm a little bit like, I'm that person who always needs a safety net in life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, but what if this happens, and what if this happens, and but if I still have my job, everything's okay. Which that's a me issue. But if you ask my husband, the skeptical one who in the beginning was like, you can't use our savings to sign up, you need to come up with the money on your own, which I did. I used to do Jamberry, and I had a humongous de-stash sale, of which a few members of our group provided quite a lot of money towards my LuLaRoe experience. I made all the money to start the company in 2 weeks. If I can do that, you can do that. You can have a garage sales, you can have bake sales, you can I don't know, be someone's assistant for 2 months and save the money. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can always find the money to follow your dreams. You just need to put forth the motivation, the effort, the willpower. So anyway, I know I've blabbed on for a long time, but I wanted you guys to know who I am, why I do this, who is behind that computer screen. I know sometimes I disappear for a few days at a time. Look, I still have a family. My daughter gets sick, she is my #1 priority. Nothing comes before her. If my husband needs me, he is my priority. Nothing comes before him. Same reason why I'm doing LuLaRoe, to make my family a priority, to make sure that I have the money to support them, to support our future. Because yeah, my husband, he wants to be the breadwinner and this and that, and I'm all for that, but you never know what this economy holds for anybody. We came from Arizona, and when the economy blew out, it hit Arizona hard. So many homes going under foreclosure, so many people losing jobs. I had people coming to apply for an assistant position at my old company who used to work at like Honeywell and Intel, at big companies, and they had multiple college degrees. But because of the economy, they got laid off. And so they're looking to work for $13 an hour at my company. They're way too overqualified for that. But that's what can happen. You never know what's going to happen in life. And if you can in any way venture out and start something that is a support system for your family and some kind of security, who knows where LuLaRoe will be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Personal opinion, they're going to explode and be absolutely everywhere. But you know what? I'm not going to sit back and go, oh, but what if? I'm going to take advantage of this amazing opportunity that was laid in front of me, and I'm going to save the money that I'm making, and I'm going to support my family and support their future. I'm almost done paying my car off. I was able to take my daughter to Disneyland in December, just an impromptu trip. We just came back from visiting my family in Arizona. I bought my husband a new truck for Christmas. Mind you, we're still making payments, but I had the down payment. All of this is possible because of LuLaRoe. For my husband's birthday, I want to get him flight lessons, which is a lot of money. But you know what? I'm going to work my business, and I'm going to save that money, and that's what I want to do for him. And those are the things that I couldn't have done without this business. So this kind of turned into a get to know Ashley and why you should join LuLaRoe video. So anyway, that's me. It's nice to meet all of you. And if you have any questions about me, my group, the business in general, I do have a team. My team is Team Fashion Forward. I have some lovely ladies on my team that bust their butts every month, and they're providing for themselves and their families. They're making their dreams come true a day at a time with LuLaRoe. And if you want to learn more about that and want to join our team, feel free to reach out to me, email me, message me, all that fun jazz. Otherwise, if you're just here to buy some clothes or enjoy the group, do that too. I'm happy to have you here, and I'm always around. So if you need me, message me, comment, tag me, all that fun jazz. All right, ladies, well, you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.